folks, how you doing? Papa Joe here. Dadgum, it's hot in Houston. 104. At least that's what the truck thermometer says. I ain't sure what the phone says. It said it was 86 when I left this morning. It claims it's 88. I don't know, you think there's almost a 20-degree temperature difference between this concrete and the truck island and real temperature? The way you spell it is humid out there. Oh, dadgum. I didn't do a whole lot at the house this weekend. Got home Friday, went and did a little shopping. Me and Mama did. Got some groceries. Did some good cooking this weekend. What was that? Enchiladas? We made chicken enchiladas Saturday. What did we do Friday night? Friday night we got some damned old fish patties and french fries. You know, a can of pork and beans. We just took it. It was kind of late when I got home Friday. Due to all that Laredo nonsense. So then by the time we did a little errands in town, it was getting late. So we just fired the oven up, threw them in the oven. No big deal. We had been discussing what we wanted to try. We like trying new stuff, so we're constantly trying to think up something new to try, new to us to cook. It ain't like we're coming up with a bunch of wild new recipes. So while we was discussing it, she had made mention she had helped her sister-in-law Trudy make chicken enchiladas, and she had a hankering. She wanted to try that. Boy, his shirt's almost too small for me. I like it though, it's my POW shirt. So we started discussing how we was going to do that. And yes, we make a good team. So she bosses me around and I don't listen. So, you know, it works out good. We got chicken breast, boneless chicken breast. And Saturday around noonish, we commenced putting them on to cook in a crock pot. She has a big thing for getting all the fat off of them, health stuff. And she knows I don't worry about it now, because I'll take big old globs off. But she gets all she can. We got a couple bell peppers and an onion. So I started chopping up the onion, and she started de-seeding the bell peppers. Threw them over there on my cutting board, and then she started on the chicken, getting that fat off of it. And we just had some taco seasoning. We get it in the bulk in a big jar. I don't know how y'all get it where you're at. Get in a pack with a little envelope for us. I know. But we put some taco seasoning. Well, first now I threw my peppers and onions in the bottom of that crock pot so that the chicken would set on it. Then we put the chicken in there. I would line it in there and give it a good healthy coat of taco seasoning. And we got some diced tomatoes, regular diced tomatoes, which we allowed later. We should have got a Mexican chili type, you know how they got that stuff all in flavors nowadays, which we didn't, because that ain't what we got the tomatoes for. We got it for that dish, but not how we actually used it. So we put the tomatoes and whatnot on top of the chicken, and we let her cook for about 4 or 5 hours. When it got done, she got some kind of a Mexican chili cheese soup. Yeah. You know, we were debating on what we was gonna try to make a gravy topping type deal out of it with. And she seen some of this, so she's like, what do you think of this? And I said, we ain't seen nothing better, so you know, we'll give it a whirl. So we had the chicken broth out of the crock pot from the tomato juice and the water that cooked out of the chicken. The way she had done it with her sister-in-law is she had got the corn tortillas, and they soaked them for just a minute and some kind of a broth, and she couldn't remember what. And no, we didn't want to call and ask, we wanted to do it on our own. So we tried soaking it in that broth. That just wasn't working too good. So she opened up a can of that soup that was going to use for the topper, and we started doing it in it, and that seemed to work a whole lot better for her. So I'd throw them over there and we'd work as a team. We had pulled the chicken out, poured the juice off of it, pulled the chicken out, and shredded it. Not all of it. We saved like 3 chicken breasts, or 3 halves. I've got 2, actually 1.5 now, because I ate a half one for lunch a while ago. So we brought me out a couple of those, and she kept her one. And meals for during the week. You know how we are by now. We try to fix both of us up where I ain't spending money at the truck stops and she ain't trying to cook for one. Cooking for one's not easy. So we shredded it up, and I would throw the tortillas over there to soak. We still pre-soaked them in the juice just a little bit, and as she got ready, I'd pull them out of that broth and throw them over there into her pan where she had that soup, which is the same pan we rolled them up in. And then I would take the tongs and put her a little bit of that chicken meat on there, a little bit of onion and peppers. She would roll them up, and I'd be getting the next one ready. So we just did our little thing there. And we wound up doing 22 of them, which sounds like a lot. Well, it did leave her damn near full pan. I brought me out probably 6, maybe more, 6 or 8, I ain't sure. And a couple big old containers. We had refried beans and Spanish rice with it. So had some of that I brought out with me, and left her some. So I have a lot of beans and rice this week. That's what we got joking about this morning when we're pulling my dishes out of the icebox, getting ready to come. I'll bring it to the truck. And it's like, damn, I got like 4 meals this week of beans and rice with either, I can't think what they're called, with them or with the chicken. So I guess it's a good thing I like beans and rice, but I bet come this weekend I won't be wanting no damn beans and rice. So we did that one for Saturday night, and we're debating what we wanted to do for Sunday night. They had a little sale on some country cut ribs. And she's like, we ain't had ribs in a while, you want to do ribs? Yeah, cool. So we grabbed some of them, a couple packages. So Sunday we did the ribs, and I'd asked her, you want to do them in a crock pot or the oven? And she prefers the oven for the ribs, and I'm good with that. The crock pot's a little bit less work, but we like them better out of the oven. So we did them up in one big old pan, and we had her barbecue rub that we put on those, and stuck them in the barbecue or in the oven and let them cook a while. Didn't have a uniform cut on them. We didn't cut them, the store did. So a couple of them that I had on my plate, I could cut with a fork. The ones that she had, she wound up getting a knife. So now I don't know, but she wasn't strong enough in the wrist, or the rib was a little tough. Then later on, when I started fixing me a couple plates of that to come out here, that's when I had to break out a knife on a couple of them. And that just had onion, it's not a uniform cut from the store. It happens. Which she's like, well, we could have cooked them another 20 minutes or so. Yeah, but then they would have been dried out. And I don't like dried out. I'd rather have to break out a knife than to have them all dried out. Simple French cut green beans and corn with that and a salad. So I brought me out a couple meals of that. So I've actually got like 6 meals out here. At least 6 meals. Plus, I hit the canned goods up, because I hit my canned goods pretty good last week. My soups and stuff, my fruits. We got that stuff done. Let's see. Saturday was the son and daughter-in-law's anniversary, but he did come over for a couple hours. Just him this time. Did long enough to get the lawnmower running, which didn't take him long at all. He got it running. We shot the bull a little bit. I told him to go home to his wife. You know, it's your anniversary. Get the hell out of here. You don't need to hang out with us. Which he did. I don't think I did any mowing Saturday. Yeah, I did. Late Saturday night, I mowed inside our fence. Then Sunday, I started mowing out back a little bit. And the mower quit again. I think what it was this time was, I think I hit a stick or something, and it took out one of them wires that makes it die. Is what I think happened. But I was hot and miserable. I'm not 100% yet. I doubt if I'll ever be 100% again. But kind of like today, I'm just not quite there. This heat's really hitting me. It hit me hard last year. Seems like every year it's hitting me a little harder. But now I did have Lakota out there working Saturday and Sunday. He was working up there by that slab where the barn's going to get built, and he came in knocking on the door, told me he seemed like a 4 or 5 foot copperhead. He tried to kill it, but it got away. Oh well. So I had planned on only working him Saturday, but I've been starting to lose some of what I've reclaimed this year. You know, with all that grade work and stuff, I'm starting to lose it to the weeds and volunteer saplings and stuff. And I asked him, you want to work tomorrow? Yeah, I can work tomorrow. I said, did you go to church last Sunday? He said, yes, I did. Alright, I'll let you work tomorrow then. I said, you know, you don't like the snakes no more than we do. And he allowed he don't. I said, the only way we're going to keep the snakes away is see how tall this is getting. So that's why I went out there with a mower and started trying to knock it down with a mower, but the stuff's tit high to me. You know, it's well over waist high. And it's not thick, but it's tall. And I told him, I said, I'll try to knock something down with a lawnmower. I said, and we're going to have you strategically do some weed eating, which is what we did. And he got quite a bit of weed eating done. I did some mowing, and then the mower took a dive on me. Mama wasn't feeling real good this weekend, so she didn't have a lot of honeydews inside the house to do. We pretty much sat around, watched TV, and soaked up the air conditioning, which don't bother me a whole lot. Doing a little more research on buying a mower. I guess what I'm going to wind up doing is getting a commercial riding mower. I can't afford bush hogs. I've been pricing a tractor and a bush hog and all that. They're just crazy money. And I'm not willing to go that far in debt. I mean, if I went that way, what I'm seeing that I would need to get and be satisfied for the money, we're talking $16,000 to $18,000. I'm like, are you crazy? I'm thinking the kind of mower that I'm eyeballing, and I've talked to Michael, and he started doing some research this morning on it when I was leaving. I'm thinking it's going to be less than $10,000. So we'll see. Part of that might be just wheeling and dealing and just playing a little hardball on their prices. We'll see. But I got to do something. With all the stumps taken out, it's not near as bad as it was. So I don't have to worry about trashing a bush hog or lawnmower on stumps. To my knowledge, most of the big tree limbs and tree trunks and all that, those are all pretty much pushed up into piles. There's a few limbs, sticks laying around, but that's why I want a commercial grade equipment that should be able to handle that. So like I said, we're doing a little research and trying to figure out what we're going to do. But I told him we've got to do something. Losing ground quick. And I was told on this load I had a 1:30 appointment, but that was just a formality that I could come in anytime and first come, first served. So I left the house just a few minutes after 8, pretty much normal time. I usually leave a few minutes before 8 so that by 8 o'clock I'm rolling. And by 8:15 I was rolling today. So got in, kicked the other load off. That took well over an hour for them to unload it. Had to drive 15 miles over here. Got here at 11:15. Appointment's at 1:30. Stood around waiting for over 30 minutes to check in at the window. Yeah, they had that long a line. Welcome to trucking. And she promptly changes my start check-in time to what time I was at the window. I just chuckled. So, then she let me know, you have a 1:30 appointment. I said, yes. I was told it was first come, first serve, that you would work someone in if they came in early. No. See all the trucks? No. That's what I figured. So, I went out to the truck and waited about an hour. And by 12:30, they was telling me to flood this dock. Which I've been in the dock now for a little bit. I've been here over 2 hours. And I'm now sitting in the dock and still ain't bounced. Welcome to trucking. If I get out of here by 3, I'll be surprised. But what I'm going to do now is roll this window up, lock that door open. It's already locked. I'm going to lay down and see if I can get a little rest. With the time they're going to get me out of here, typical Houston nonsense, So the time I get out of Houston, stop, weigh my wagon, splash on a little bit of fuel, that's going to put me right into the Dallas rush hour traffic. Yay. So, but I'm going to grab me a nap, see if I can get on the other side of Dallas tonight. And truck it up. Should make it into Oklahoma real good. Probably over around Stringtown is what I'm shooting for. And that'll still leave me 3 or 4 hours tomorrow. Supposedly first come, first serve in Tulsa. We'll see how that works out. But you have now been updated on Papa Joe. Y'all remember, God loves you and so do I. Have a blessed day. Bye.